Hey guys, we are back with the Vengeance interviews. This is going to be hold on, 8 of the Vengeance is Mine interview series with the cast members. I am here with Ashley. She's also known as Mary Jane, and she plays the role of Eve in the show. Thank you so much for joining me tonight.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Are you excited?
Yeah, I am. Let's get into it.
Yeah, let's get into this interview. So, Um, Shatoya put out a casting call back in late 2022 for the show Vengeance is Mine, which is a great script that she wrote. Tell me how you got involved.
So back then I was on Facebook at the time and one of my friends had shared it, said that it was a project that was happening in Hampton Roads, and I just clicked it and submitted, shot my shot.
And like when you submitted, how long did it take for you to get a call back?
Um, it was a minute ago, but I don't really think it took that long. I actually was auditioning for another part that was written in the script.
Mm-hmm.
And once I did that, Shatoya had actually presented me with the opportunity to take on another role. And that role was Eve. And
Mm-hmm.
opportunity for like me to grow and develop within the character. So I really thank Shatoya for that. Thank you so much for seeing that potential in me.
It's a great, this has been a great opportunity. Are you originally from this area?
Yeah, I'm from 757 Bad News.
Bad news. Okay, so pretty much this story is pretty much taking place between Hampton and Newport News. How does it feel for you to be a part of a story that's taking place in your hometown?
It feels really great. The fact that people can actually see the scenery in the area, I think that's really great. And it really puts the other side of 757 on, because a lot of the people that come from here are on the other side of the water, Virginia Beach, Suffolk, Chesapeake, all of that. But, in the Hampton Newport News area, we got a lot of talent out there too. So it was great to be able to, showcase all of that.
And you are a seasoned performer along with actor Stephen Jackson. You guys have worked previously before. Tell me about when you guys previously worked together, and then tell me about what's going on about now.
Y'all, it was so funny because when I first auditioned for Vengeance is Mine, I did not know anybody. I had never like interacted with anybody involved with the project before. So during our first table read, I walk in and I sit down and I'm looking. I'm like, Steven? He's like, Mary Jane, and I'm table read.
Oh,
I walk.
my bad. Go ahead. Keep going.
It was just so crazy, like seeing him, because we had previously worked in Dreamgirls that was um, produced by Charity Robinson. She was
Mm-hmm.
the stage play at the time at the Peninsula Community Theater,
Mm-hmm.
and that was where we first met. So we had worked on that project, and at the end of the show, on our like last night, he was like, "Yeah, we'll work together again soon." And little did we know it was gonna be on Vengeance and Smile. So I thought that was pretty cool.
So, do you look at it as like a divine intervention?
Oh, absolutely. The universe never fails. As long as
Right.
you out that energy, it's gonna come right back.
Okay. So you were in Dreamgirls, through the Peninsula Community Theater. That's based in Newport News, right? How now? Dreamgirls. How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I just turned 30 actually.
Okay. Okay. So Dreamgirls came out around the time I was born. That was around 1981. Okay, so well, it was 1981. I'm seeing around. I was born in 1981. And that was like a major play back then, and there have been many revivals of it. How did it now when you participated? What role did you play in that film? I mean,
I
not
was
in that film, but in that play.
I was in the ensemble, so I was singing and dancing in a lot of scenes throughout
Mm.
the show.
Okay, okay. So, how did it feel to be a part of such an iconic project doing Dreamgirls in your hometown?
Being a part of Dreamgirls was just a very enlightening experience. Like, I like a lot of stars and sparkles, so being able to be cast in Dreamgirls, was a representation of that. If that makes sense, but yeah, like for it to be shot in the middle of our hometown, like in the middle of my hometown down in the Hilton Village, it was so dope. Like all of the talent that came in and auditioned and was actually cast for the part, like it was amazing. And I think stuff like that actually, you know, um, really just really just goes to show like whatever it is you want to do, just keep doing, keep reaching. You know what I'm saying? And with Dream Girls, the story was it was very like actually going through it as the ensemble. Like I actually got to watch a lot of actors bring these characters to life, and it was just so real. You know what I mean? Like being able to see people get lost or enveloped in their character and then actually bringing it to life. It was nice just seeing. And
Right.
you know 757 got a lot of talent, man. Like don't sleep
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah.
Don't.
Don't sleep on the 757. There's a lot of talent, a lot of up and coming talent, a lot of seasoned talent. Um, I know someone that did a production of Dream Girls a few years back at Down and Gross, and they had like 7 or 8 consecutive sold out performances. It was like that wild. My favorite thing, I mean, I haven't, I've also watched the movie Dreamgirls, and one of my favorite things in that is when Jennifer, Effie White talks about, sings that song "I Am Changing." So it's like, look at me. That one, that's my favorite part. When she's, because you're changing, you're evolving, and in acting, you're forever changing, you're forever evolving, you're being versatile. Have you played any? I mean, you did the ensemble in Dreamgirls. Have you played any characters outside of that besides Eve, which we're going to talk about in a moment?
Like different roles I played.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you mentioned Down and Gross earlier. I've actually done work there too. We did a Raisin in the Sun production. I actually played what's her name, Benny, or I can't remember. It started with a B though. I played her. You said who?
Is that the sister in the Raising Sun that goes and becomes a doctor?
Yeah, her.
Yeah.
I think a readers theater, so I got to read for her character, which is nice. I
Mm-hmm.
also did what's it called? What's his name? Not Arthur Wilson.
August Wilson.
Yeah, I've actually done August Wilson with piano lesson. That was also a readers theater. It was more interactive. I played the character. What's her name? Bernice. Bernie. Yeah. I played her character,
Mm-hmm.
and her was, a very deep and spiritual character. So I definitely have fun getting into that. Um, I've actually done some other stuff too, but I mean, I just do it, like I've been doing it for a while, like just going out and have auditioning for pieces and having fun. So yeah.
How does it feel to be a great part? I think being able to act is a wonderful part to be able to help a writer tell a story. How does it feel to be able to interact with the audience, to be able to share that person's story?
It feels really good. Just the more actually read the script and, just understand the script, understand what's going on in the script, even like, reading like the movements and the scene placements and stuff like that. Like being able to dive into all of that, really does, help educate the audience. And once you get that reaction from the audience where it's like, oh snap, y'all caught that line or something like that, like that's satisfying. But I don't know, I just be having fun, like, it just is what it is. Like just doing what comes naturally.
All right. So your real name is Ashley. That's your government, right?
Oh,
But you go by the stage name of Mary Jane. Tell me, how did that come about?
yeah. So Mary Jane came about around like 2014. I started diving into music, and the whole name actually is Mary Zolani Jane.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and to me, it was, a meaning of peace. You know what I'm saying? Being able to bring peace to others, whatever. Um, but yeah, that's how that happened. And she did a lot of music and just have fun in that area. So yeah, that's how
Okay.
my
Great. So let's talk about your character Eve. Eve is was Benji's love, and then all of a sudden Benji gets up and leaves to go to the military. Tell me about her and how she is feeling and how she acts when he comes back home.
man. Benji had Eve all messed up, yo. Like she was very emotional. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that Benji was around, because he had just left her for like 10 years, and then like came back and was acting funny. So like that sent her on like a real emotional roller coaster. As far as like her decision making went, and her reaction and stuff to others. It was definitely fun watching Mary Jane play that character.
Um, do you feel that it was like a love lost for her, something that she never got over?
As far as like her getting over it, I don't know. I think she was just more pissed off that man really loved without saying nothing, and then just came back after 10 years, like just ghosted her for 10 years. So I think she was real, more or less pissed off,
Mm-hmm.
and with their relationship throughout the show, you really get a chance to see how the softer side of Eve, because it was at one point like she really did love him, and some get back around that person that you think is the one, you start to fall back into, those feelings and stuff like that. But yeah, I just think she was all messed up because of Benji. Like she was all
So,
over the.
so it's pretty much you have that love, and that love just suddenly ends without notice. Your heart, her heart grew kind of hard, and when he came back, she basically was like, "I'm gonna get him back." Was she a arson dealer? Now she's an arson dealer, meaning she deals guns, she sells guns to people. Was she an arson dealer before he left to go to the military?
I think we all got to start somewhere. You
Mm-hmm.
know, every everybody has a story. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? People just fall into things, and I feel like with her, it was more or less like she had to take her mind off of that, and get into doing her own thing. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Whatever that was, and she found it in that. So with her being an arsenal dealer, I feel like that gave her the opportunity to really, boss up in her sense, because after a breakup, you gotta do your own thing, like remember who it is you is. So, like it's all about evolving, so she definitely evolved into that role.
Yeah, she did, and what a great role it was. So when Benji comes home,
Hmm.
something happens, but we don't realize it's she has some type of involvement in it. And but we have to watch. The viewers who have not watched the show have to watch the show to see what happens. Right.
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 So with with that, I just want to say, like, I just believe, like, with Eve being such a boss, you know, she definitely loves, like, being in control. She's the
Mhm.
man of her universe. You
Right.
know, whatever she wants to happen is gonna
Mhm.
happen. You know, regardless, because that's what a boss do. A boss makes things happen no matter what.
Mhm. Regardless of circumstances.
Yeah, like regardless,
Mhm.
without excuses too. So, it's all about just getting it done. But yeah, so I think she likes having that control, and definitely like having that control over Digi. Because at
Right.
the end it break her heart. And
Right.
hell have no fear, like the woman scorn. Fury like the woman scorn, something like that.
We all have had that heartbreak some point in our life, and we've all tried to get that person back that hurt us. Right.
Hmm.
Do you think she does this? And when she does it, do you think she is successful at it?
Like, did she get him back? I mean, she did hurt him. I think she hurt him one of the worst ways. You know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy, but I just don't think it was enough for her. I just don't think it's over. It's not enough. Like he left for 10 years. It's
Right.
10 years worth of this that gotta be accounted for. So yeah, I
Right.
don't.
I get it. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and show you a clip of you in action on the show. And then we're gonna talk about that, and then we're gonna go a little bit further. Okay, you ready? Hold on.
But Crank killed your brother. I know that for sure. A life for a life, Benjamin. Heard what happened to Kenny. You gonna keep letting this nigga Crank run on top of you? Huh? Get mad, Benji. That nigga killed your brother. Kidnap Kenny and beat his ass. Gonna keep letting this nigga Crank run on top of you. Crank don't make no deals with nobody but the devil. He gotta go.
Yay! You did that. How does that make you feel?
Oh, I didn't even see it. I didn't see it on my
You want?
side. What was
We're
it?
gonna watch it. We'll watch it again. Okay. Let me see.
Where do I go?
But
How do I watch it?
Crank killed your brother. I know that for sure. A life for a life, Benjamin. Heard what happened to Kenny.
Oh,
You gonna
I
keep letting
forgot
this
she
nigga
said your
Crank run on
brothers
top of
is
you?
streaming.
Huh? Get mad, Benji.
I can't see
That
it.
nigga
I
killed
can't
your
see it.
brother. Kidnap Kenny and beat his ass. Gonna keep letting this nigga Crank run on top of you. Crank don't make no deals with nobody but the devil. He gotta go.
Still can't see it.
Nah,
Did you?
I figured saw that. I saw the
You,
last part.
you saw it?
Yeah, like I like that scene. That scene was crazy. Like I feel like that was a chance to like really see, like just really see Eve flex. Like she went off in that scene, and again, like that's that control. You know what I'm saying? Like she wanted to control Benji. She this is chess checkers.
Yeah. So she wanted to control. Basically, she was trying to control that whole situation. Um, Benji had just lost his brother. They pretty much were trying to figure out who had did what. Um, Somehow you're in the middle of it, and this happens when Benji comes home. What are some messages or some themes that you've pulled out of this story?
Mm, just don't be so, you know, susceptible to
Mm-hmm.
other people's ideas.
Right.
And you never know why somebody telling you to do this and do that. And like, I feel like this was a behind the scenes look at all of that. Because
Mm-hmm.
everybody got their intentions and everybody got their motives. So
Absolutely.
I definitely pull, that heavy gem, that big rock from Vengeance is Mine. And, I also, from Eve, I also, pull like she should have just like let Benji go. Like she should have let Benji go. Like all that heartache and all that pain, you know what I'm saying? He left for 10 years, girl. You know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is. Know him no more.
Mm-hmm.
So like I feel like when him coming back into the picture, she's still kind of remembering who he was versus who it is he is today. And that type of stuff can get you caught up later on because again, like everybody got their intentions, everybody got their motives, and when you ain't been around somebody for so long, like you know, you never know what type of time anybody be on. So,
Mm-hmm.
definitely look out for that too. And again, like the show is called Vengeance is Mine. So like this was the opportunity for me to like just be in that energy, man, be in that sauce, being all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like I definitely grew personally through this
Mm-hmm.
role. Like, and that's why I like acting because like every character I get, I feel like it's all divine intervention. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I put myself in position, of course. I make sure I stay aligned for the most part. But, with every character I take, I feel like that's an opportunity for me.
Right.
I recently got an opportunity to play a teacher
Mm-hmm.
in a training video for, people with job trainings. I'll
Mm-hmm.
drop information about that as we get closer to the date. But like that was my first time actually playing like a serious role. My character's name was Dr. Melton. And
Mm-hmm.
like being able to, be in that role was an opportunity for me to learn. And I feel like certain situations call for certain, type of responses, certain type of energy. Read the room, read the room, see what's going on. What character do I need to be in this situation? You know what I'm saying? Because this is a game of life. This is a game of life, and you know we gotta learn how to play it. Stay alive.
Mm-hmm. What would you say to someone that is trying to act that has not had the gotten the big break or the opportunity? What would what would you say to give them some type of encouragement?
Um, I would say, it's so cliche, but just do it.
Right.
Like who's trying to do it, just do it. Like when I first started, it was just a matter of signing up for an audition. It,
Mm-hmm.
that's what it was, and also taking the time to understand like what it is you're trying to do, honing in on your craft, understanding why it is you want to do it. um, take the time to figure that out as well. I love acting. I'm passionate about that
Mhm.
because of the personal growth that I receive with each character. That is my why. So, yeah, just do it and keep working. Because as long as you stay in motion, stay in momentum, like whatever big break you looking for, you gonna get it. Like it's just a matter of time.
Do you find yourself? Do you look at acting as a form of escapism?
Um, form of Now I look at it as an opportunity to return, like returning back to my natural form. Like
Mm-hmm.
I am water. Like I hate to sound so cliche, but that's what acting is. Acting is remembering that I am water. I'm fluid with motion, no matter the situation or environment. You know,
Mm-hmm.
staying in motion. Yeah,
All right.
look at I look at it like I'm returning back to like what it is that comes naturally. But I look at music as like escapism. Like
Right.
that's lost in and get away with. So that's something.
Okay. Let me ask you one more question, and we're also gonna talk, and then we're gonna go back to talking about vengeance. I'm asking you all these questions because I know that you've been doing this for quite a while prior to your role as on Vengeance is Mine. Um, did I just lose my train of thought? I hope I did not. Okay. It's gonna come back to me, so we're gonna go ahead and talk about production and everything.
Okay.
All right. So Vengeance is Mine. They started the auditions in 2022. You got the role. You auditioned for a different role. You wound up getting the role of Eve. How did you prepare for that role?
Preparing for that role. I think for the audition, we had to read sides. So I think I was sent my sides at the time, and I just read it, understood the scene, understood the situation, um, just kind of figured out how who my character was, like just spending a lot of time in the mirror. Yeah, that's how I did that. I just spent a lot of time in the mirror talking to myself like a crazy person, but what's crazy really?
Mhm. So, like, you had to figure out. I mean, so you basically you kind of formed Eve's stance, Eve's position, Eve's diction, Eve's delivery, right? Just
Yeah,
by character.
and I had to do a lot of research too because like Eve was a confidence. You know what I'm saying? She was like a confidence energy. She was like she's a boss, and like during the time, um, as I was still like evolving, you know what I'm saying? Like I had to really step into that character and step into that energy, like become Eve. I looked at different like actresses that I like, just different actresses. Like, how would this person do it? How would Taraji do it? How would Gabrielle Union do it? You
Mm-hmm.
know, kind of like how would Vivica Fox do it? Vivica Fox do it, so how would they do it? And I just kind of like threw that in a mixing bowl and kind of like up my own character. So yeah, that's what that was. That was actually pretty fun.
So
I'm
it's a
a learner. Like I see it. Like
so it's like a blend of poised, a little bit of ghetto fabulous, beyond ratchet, dignified, classy,
right,
and
right,
you put it all together. Go to the lab, and out comes Eve. Right? I I,
absolutely.
I can see that. Because in the beginning of the show, in the scene when Benji comes home, she has like a hard edge to her. Even though she's like, it's been 10 years, how are you? You go a little bit further, you start seeing the softer side of her. Like, okay, we're rekindling. Then, but behind the scenes, Eve does some devious shit.
Yes, definitely plot.
Word, devious stuff. Tell me about that.
Definitely plotting. Because when Benji came home and he did what he did at the party, like all that did was just confirm how it was she was feeling in the first place. Like I'm gonna get this dude back. Like I'm gonna get him back. And like get him back could mean both ways. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get him back like he gonna be mine, and I'm gonna also get him back like vengeance is mine. So like I feel like when he did what he did at the party, all
Mm-hmm.
that buzz was off. What do you mean? Like come on. So it was very it was an emotional roller coaster with Benji. Like it was an emotional roller coaster. But like Benji just came home. It's been 10 years. He don't really remember what nobody been through for real. He don't know nobody no more for real. You
Right.
know, all she seen was a lick.
Exactly. And she threw that thing back on him, though, right?
You know,
Yeah.
just a little something to remind him what he missing. Oh, like, come on, like it's Eve. And one thing about it, like when you with somebody, like nobody like unless you really planning to be with somebody for a short term period, but nobody like really plan to be together for a short amount of time. Like you start seeing yourself building with this person, like evolving and growing through and going through things with. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like when you with somebody like for real, like you see all of that, and for it to just London Bridge is falling down like
Mm-hmm.
that, it could really like hit a switch in somebody. It could really hit somebody. So but at the same time, like when you really love somebody, can you really stop loving somebody?
Mm-hmm.
Like I mean, unless they did some mad like messed up, like talk to me like ever again. Like I can't even say what I want to say because I'm gonna keep it cute. But like unless it is something like that, like you gonna always love that person. You gonna always have love for that person. Like
Right. We got a little raunchy earlier in Kai's interview, so it's okay if you got to get a little raunchy. I'm playing, but it's okay. So this is live and uncut. But I want to go. I'm going into the show right now. We're gonna pull up some. We're gonna pull up a comment. Have you watched the show?
I'm in the
Have
pro- I'm in the process of watching it.
Okay. Let's see.
Oh,
So
hey,
here's a comment that we're gonna talk. We're gonna do. I'm gonna go tell you. All right. Great first season. Crank got my heart though. LOL. But he's the best character along with Eve. So you and Ray Meyer's character of Crank have been already claimed as the best characters in the series by the YouTube viewers. How does that make you feel?
oh my gosh, like that's crazy because it was so nice working with Crank. Like we definitely, kind of matched each other's energy when it came to us playing our role. Like I could definitely see him as this character. So like, and he brought like the way he brought life to that character was just like amazing. It's definitely amazing. It's definitely lively. Like, definitely um he definitely held it down on that. But that's crazy because like working with him on set was like, and being in scene with him was one of the best moments of Vengeance is Mine. Like, I hope y'all get a chance to see some bloopers. Like, yeah, I hope y'all get a chance to see some bloopers because it was definitely fun working with him.
It would be so dope if Shatoya compiled some bloopers to show to everyone during the show. I know that probably had to be like some funny stuff to show on the set. That so, I know some funny stuff may have happened on the set, and some intense things may have happened on the set. Right? This show was shot in my backyard, and I'm sitting here like, how did I miss this? Um, because we grew up in Shatoya, we all grew up in Hampton. Um, but it's like literally in my backyard that some of these scenes were shot. So what would you say was the funniest thing that happened on set?
Dang, funniest thing that happened on set. Um, I don't know. It was like the garage. Well, can I say his name?
Yeah, say it.
Garage scene that we was doing, and I don't remember what happened, but lines were getting said, and they was getting said, but they wasn't getting said, and it was just a matter of like trying to get the lines out. So, like that scene, well, that moment was like the most funniest. Like anytime I was acting across Crank,
Mm-hmm.
like the most funniest moments because it was like, all right, boom, we up, and like we like this, just talking to each other, and it's hard to keep a straight face and be serious with somebody, who's just funny, man, who's just funny. So yeah, any scene that I was in with Crank, like hands down the funniest, funniest
So
to be.
would you say he was the best person to work with out of all of the actors and actresses that participated in the show?
Um, I would say it's a couple of people. Like, shout out to Jamaica. Shout
Mm-hmm.
out. She definitely held it down. Crank held it down. Like, I don't know. Mama G held it down. Like, everybody held it down, man, for their characters. But like
And
we
your character in Jamaica has some words in that garage.
Oh my gosh, yes. That was one of my favorite scenes to shoot too. And being like, she is such a nice person. So just a bright aura around her. And to see her get into character like that, it was like a turn on, turn off. It's like, don't play with her. Don't
Mm-hmm.
mess with her. Like, she really she threw down. She threw down in Jamaica.
Yeah. Did great. I probably said this more than once. I'm gonna say it again. She did a great striptease, and we talked about that in the interview. So I mean, that striptease could, she even said herself, her imagination was running a little bit wild with that striptease and what she really wanted to do. So, I mean, just to be able to do that was phenomenal. Do
Uh,
you
that
think?
that wasn't even Kai. That was Jamaica, man. Like,
Yeah.
Jamaica, her. Like, that's all that was. And, like, being when you in the scene, and like when you in the scene, and you actually get in the scene, like in the character, like, it's crazy. Like, it just comes to life on its own. Like, you know,
Hmm.
it's a power that takes over. That's cool.
Yeah. And do you think that Eve's character empowers women as well in certain
Um,
ways?
yeah, I think there's more to the story with Eve. You
Hmm.
know, I think she represents a lot of women who have, um, you know, felt that woman scorn type thing. But
Hmm.
a lot. It's a lot to the story with Eve, and you know, I just hope that I'm able to tell her story. You know, tell the story how she wanted to be told. You know, again, when Benji came home, it like really messed with her head. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause she still got love for the boy, but you know when she came home, it really hurt her head, and you know it could really kind of throw you off your game. You know, like it's a lot of things that it's a lot of situations that she could have handled better. But that's growth. We got to go through it so we can get through it.
And he came home. They eventually got back together, but it just seemed like even though tragedy struck, it seemed like tragedy struck before they got back together. But it just seems like it wasn't enough for her. Would you agree?
Yeah, nothing's never enough to make up for 10 years. And even when they was getting back together, like it was just a game. It was just a game of spy versus spy. You know what I'm saying? Like he plotting on her, she plotting on him. So, you know,
Mm-hmm.
like there's more to the story to her, and
Yeah.
I just hope that she's able to like finally just let all that hate and anger go with Benji and just
Mm-hmm.
get about her game because he had her messed up.
Right. So you worked with an all female production crew. How is that? That
Now
is that.
that was empowering. Like that's empowering because all female and all getting it done, like from like on scene to behind the scenes to production. Like it's amazing to see what we could do when we come together.
Mm-hmm.
Like women coming together, black women coming together. Like it was a lot of black girl magic going on, and
Yeah.
like shooting everything and just kind of going through everything for it to be a lot of people's like first project and stuff like that. You wouldn't even know by the way everybody was just so professional about it. You
Mm-hmm.
know, roles like a lot of projects have when we all first starting out. Like it's an opportunity for us to learn from, but being able to get through those moments together, like that was the empowering part about it. Like just getting through the obstacles together. So shout out Sister Toya and everybody that came together to make this project happen, man. Like
Mm-hmm.
really did it. We did
Y'all
it.
did that. You guys really did that. Shatoya, she is very talented. Her siblings, Ray and Shatera, are very talented. Shatera is a outstanding designer and artist. Um, and I know Ray also served as music editor on the show. So they both wore many hats. Shatera is executive producer. I give a shout out to their mom, Nika, for encouraging them to grow their talent and to craft their talent. A lot of there are a lot of parents that do it, a lot of parents that do not do it, and a lot of parents that don't know how to do it. But Nika has encouraged these kids to express themselves in various ways, and to the point where the whole world is able to see it. And I love it. I love it for them overall. How does that make I mean, you are an up and coming actress. I mean, you've done music. I know you did it. I saw a music video you did on YouTube. How does it feel to be able to craft your talent, the craft, and to be able to share your gift to the world?
It feels it feels like I don't even know how to explain it. Like that's how it feels. I don't even know how to explain it because it's just like me doing what I like to do. And if it turns out to be something great, like, that's great. That's great. But like, it's just a matter of, like, I don't know, doing it the way I want to do it, having artistic integrity behind the things that I do,
Mhm.
growing artists. I I actually, like, just spend a lot of time with myself, like, I had to return back to that, returning back to, like, remembering who it is I was, and I'm just, like, returning back to, like, how I was when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I didn't have no limitations on what it is I could do and what it is, I can't do. I didn't know that I couldn't do a lot of things, so, like, just remembering that, reconnecting with my inner child again, and I feel like that's who's really producing all the work. That's really who, like, is the up and coming artist and stuff like that. So yeah, like, and then, like, it's my process. Like,
Mhm.
it's my process. It's my timeline. It's nobody else's. It's my experience. It's
Mhm.
so, like, I feel like sometimes as an artist, we do compare ourselves a lot to other people,
Mhm.
it's on social media a lot. So that's nothing but comparing your lives to other people's. But like, this is my timeline. This is my journey. I do what I
Mhm.
want, and nobody gonna stop me.
It seems like when you're young, you're encouraged to pretend and dream and stuff like that, and you're like taught that there's really no limits. And then as you get older, it's like people want to discourage you and put these limits on you, like nothing is possible, or you can't do that, or they'll say you need to be a little bit more realistic. And then as you get older, it's like, why would these people tell you this lie about this when when they encourage you when you're a little kid, it's like anything is possible. And then as you start doing these things and you got the discouragement of, oh, why are you doing this, you're making a fool of yourself. When you realize that as you get older and you start doing it, there are people, when you start showing off and doing those things that people say that you're making a fool out of yourself doing, then you have people that come to you and say, I've gone through this. I've wanted to do this, but I don't know how to get that out. As an artist, do you feel that you have played a part in that to be able to let people know that anything is possible?
Yeah, I mean, people always watching.
Mm-hmm.
People watching, and like, I don't have any kids yet, but I do work with a lot of kids. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so, like, they always, they're short little people, so they're looking up to you. You know,
Mm-hmm.
if I, like, whenever I see somebody that look like me doing what
Mm-hmm.
it to do, all that does is kind of confirm that I can do it too. That
Mm-hmm.
my coming too. So, like, it's amazing what you can do if you just keep, like, doing it. I
Mm-hmm.
expected to, you know, um, I never expected for people to be amazed at what I do sometimes. Like, I just be like, I'm I just be like, whatever. I'm doing, like, it is what it is. Like, I'm just living my life the way I want to live, and
Yeah.
I want to get out to people. Like, that's what it is. I hope I'm encouraging people to do is to live the life that they want to live. Like, live the life how they want to live it. Cause
Mm-hmm.
their life. Like, forget what anybody
Right.
say. Like, everybody always be trying to tell me to chill and all that type of stuff, and it's like, no, turn up, man. Like, why are you so chill? Like, whatever. But
It's
just
like
into it.
people want. It's like people want to keep a person in that shell, and it discourages people. I've been through that. I had to hit my 40s to be able to say, hey, fuck it. I'm going to do what I want to do. Younger, at first, I didn't give a damn what people say. You get older, it's like different. Once I turned 40, I said, you know what? Stuff flows better when you can acknowledge certain situations and accept them. And I think my personal development and success has leaned towards that, where we should encourage people to do that when they're younger. Most people discourage those people that want to live out loud from doing what they need to do because they're worried about messing up reputations. They want to, I call it somehow, I'm not going to say it's generational curses or anything like that, but I think everyone brings something to the table, and it's better to bring what they can bring to the table when they're younger instead of waiting until they get older. But it's never too late to show your gift, right?
Right, right. Because it's your time, it's your journey. Like we have
Mm-hmm.
to evolve into what it is we're actually asking for. Because sometimes we get what we asking for and not be ready for it. Like
Right.
I could have popped off when I was 18 and just went through a bunch of stuff like that I didn't even need to go through if I just would have took my time. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Put myself
Right.
and not know how to handle it like if I just would have took my time. So we need a chance, we need an opportunity to evolve into the role that we're looking to play in life. So that's why I
Mm-hmm.
say it's your journey, it's your timeline. Like, don't listen to what nobody else has to say, and like also like listen to like if you're gonna listen to what, pay attention to who's telling you this, because a lot of people are haters. A lot of people be haters, and they don't want to see you shine because you're doing what they can't do or they wish they could do. So that's why people could probably be telling you not to do stuff. Like, how you gonna tell a flower not to grow? It's a flower. You know what
And
I'm
it's
saying? That's what it's
mm-hmm.
like. How you gonna tell? Like, why would you ask a plumber how to bake a cake? Why would you? Like, just pay attention to who's saying where you getting your information from, because that matters.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, you can't tell a flower to grow. A flower goes through the same life cycle as we do. We grow, we evolve, and then eventually we die. And that dash is so important, and you want to be able to do as much as possible within that dash, right?
Yeah,
Um, how was it working with James?
James. He played Chauncey.
Chauncey.
I like working with him too because he brought life to his character as well. Like, he brought life to his character, and being able to see him play Deacon and Chauncey, being able to see him be in that dual role, like that was cool. It was cool to watch. It was nice to watch him grow and evolve with his character as well.
Right. That all of y'all did amazing overall. I know some of the scenes like involving like winter season, you guys had to wear coats. I mean, in the summertime, there's different things you had to do. Other than, what was your most intense scene?
Most
And
intense.
if you, right, and if it's a scene that's going to give the story away, you don't have to share it.
It was a scene with Eve and Benji, and
Mm-hmm.
just kind of battling those emotions in the scene. Like, it really, that did kind of like, take a toll on me. Cause, like, she did love him. And to
Mm-hmm.
like actually like hurt him the way that she did, it's it's a little rough. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a little rough. I'm gonna just let
Mm-hmm.
y'all gonna see what scene I'm talking about. But yeah, that was an intense scene, like drama filled emotion wise. Like
Right.
my heart was breaking.
Yeah. Are you ready for season 2?
Oh yes, I am ready for season 2. I can't wait because like y'all gonna see. Y'all just gonna see growth, evolving. That's the name of the game, you know. And
Right.
can't wait to see everybody on set again. Like we a family.
Do you think this is the beginning of a movement for the 757?
I absolutely believe it is. I know it's a movement for the 757 because we really like in the 757, and we really like making moves, like we have dreams that we actually shooting for. Everybody, everybody, is shooting, working, accomplishing, honing in on their craft, and you know,
Mm-hmm.
you do that. Ain't nothing gonna stop you. This is just the seed. We done planted the seed, like, and it ain't. It's only up for real. It's on.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see what comes in season 2. Um, it's I think this right now this first season is setting the stage for what's getting ready to happen in the upcoming in the second season, which will probably which I can't wait for that to be shown. um Shatoya and Shatera, Miss Paula and Kai did an amazing job as a production crew, and then the editing for making a production for the first time is that the transitions throughout the show are very flawless. um I know the analytics are growing. I'm expecting to see some substantial increases, and everybody needs to share. I'm going to put the link in. I forgot to put the link in when we went on, but we're going to go ahead and show that link. It's on YouTube. You can also go to Vengeance is Mine. Go to the search bar on Vengeance is Mine and show and type in Vengeance is Mine TV show. But there is the link if you guys see that. Do you have anything you want to share with the viewers, Ashley?
Yeah, I think we got one more clip though.
Yeah, we're gonna show one more clip. Hold on.
Well, yeah. I just want to thank everybody. Thank everybody who came together to make it happen. Thank Shatoya, Shatera, Kai, Paula, Rashawn, like everybody who worked behind the scenes, because that's like I believe, is behind the scenes. So um, thank you for the opportunity. I really appreciate it. And
Shatoya's gonna kill me because I only got one clip. So I mean, I only have the one clip. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna re-show that one clip because that's what I have. Hold on a second. Hold on a minute. Oh Lord, I forgot to put the second clip in. Oh Lord, she really gonna get me. Hold on, Ashley.
no, you good.
Cause I have to load this up for a second. I have quite a few clips. Let me see if I can load. Cause I only got. She says I have two. I actually only have one. If I could figure out how to get this on my device and we can go ahead and show it. Hold on a minute.
Make sure y'all follow me on Instagram if you don't already. That's at Zolani underscore XLANI underscore. I'm gonna be sharing with you a lot of upcoming projects that have been done and are in the editing processes now, and just stay in touch.
Yeah. Um. So yeah, I didn't see that second clip she sent me. Um. So she's gonna have to kill me on this one, but what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show that clip that we showed earlier, and then we're gonna go from there, and then we're gonna wrap. Hold on a minute. Give me a second. I'm gonna just step out for a minute. We're gonna show it. Hold on. Bear with me for a moment.
Yeah, yeah, that was it when the deacon had sack pizza. Yeah, that was funny. That was funny too. Yeah, it was a lot of stuff. We did great, y'all.
While
Excuse me.
Dara is doing that, y'all are doing so good. But Mary Jane, you remember? So when I used your laughing part when the deacon accidentally tackled Pete too early, that was not inside of the script. And I used your laughing because it was so
Um,
funny. And I was like, you know what? This kind of fits. I'm going to keep it in there. And
Oh,
I stuck it in there. I kept it.
love it. I love it.
I'm
We had
still here.
so many freaking moments.
Yeah, yeah, that was funny. I thought he was gonna break the boy bones. You know, he all skinny and oof.
Yo, we are funny. Shout out to us. Vengeance is mine. Vengeance
We
is.
can't hear you, Dara. I don't know if you can hear her, Mary Jane, but I can't hear her. No, I can't hear you.
And he ain't fucking trying to pay me what I'm worth, so I'm about to kill his ass.
You talking about the nigga with the counterfeit money business?
I know that shit ain't fake.
Nigga, you got some nerve. Coming up into my home with some fake cash, trying to buy product? Nigga, is you crazy?
Man, look, I just need some guns and shit.
She was mad.
She really was. Cause how dare you? I'm really surprised that she checked while he was there. You know, because we see in the next scene that Crank didn't check. He didn't check when he came and gave him the fake money. He waited until he left.
Ooh, dang, that's a good one. I like that. I like that choice. Yeah, I already knew he was gonna be on some shit. I already
Mm-hmm.
know. I was genuinely like confused, like the audacity, the nerve.
And then the way he threw it on the table, like,
Yeah, like, relax.
yeah, yeah. I think what Eve was thinking in that moment was, you know, your brother is gone. He's in the military. 'Cause this is a flashback scene. And so where are you getting this money from? Like, what are you doing? And that's why she asked him, what you trying to do? Blow up a motherfucker?
Mhm.
Confused as hell. Goodness, really
She
Can
was
y'all
trying
shocked.
to
hear me?
steal. Oh, there you go. We can hear you.
Okay, I had to adjust my volume. So, so that was the second clip. Shatoy, you did not send me that clip. Um, but how do you, did you see it? Ashley,
Yeah,
when she was
I saw it. Yeah, that scene was crazy. Like with it being a flashback scene, I feel like that definitely that definitely shows her in her element. You know,
Mhm.
a dealer sitting, able, um, congregating amongst others and stuff like that. Like I like that seeing her. I felt like that's what that was, an opportunity to see Eve be Eve. Without the conflict of Benji.
So, did you like determine Eve's style? Like, did Twitter let you determine like what she wore, what type of hair she did? I love the red braids and everything.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all the red. So with the red, like y'all, I don't know if y'all seen the Matrix, but it was a scene. Well, it was a character dude, like the dude. I think his name was like Sly or something like that. Sly, whatever. He was a dude that turned on everybody, and he wore red. So that was like he would wear red underneath like his clothes, like have an accent of red here and there, and nobody else did though. But I think that kind of foreshadowed like the fact that he was like kind of like the evil person, like the one that was gonna turn on everybody, and like that type of thing. So I kind of added that into that character. Like I felt like it was definitely a cause for that. So yeah.
Mm. Yeah. So, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this live up. Thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule to interview with me this weekend. I know everybody's out and about on a Saturday night, so I appreciate you. We are looking for more great stuff from you. Let us know when that credit video up so we can all figure out how to watch that too. And then you'll be returning for the second season for Finches is Mine. So we're looking forward to seeing that.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
You're
And
welcome.
shout out to the squad, man. Vengeance is mine. 757-202 down. Know how it is. Know what we doing. See y'all at
Mhm.
the bottoms too crowded.
Yep. All right. Don't leave this. Stay where you at. I'm gonna end the live. Okay.
Yeah.